Good. Hard drive did work in 2017, but then it stopped working. It might need lubrication. It has Windows 3.1 on it and a bunch of industrial control software that I want to get off. Whenever I last turned this on, I needed to use a separate floppy drive because this one won't recognize disks. So instead of bringing in another floppy drive and just having it sitting on top of here, let's get this one working. I do think that this drive definitely still has life in it. I'm just not using it right, or needs some maintenance. Oh, there's ice on the roof. It scared me. Forgot the Molex. Ooh. What's that? Oh. Okay. Odd. I imagine that's a 750 kilobit floppy. Like so, with metal clip with L bracket out on the front, and then the beveled side of the back. It's all oily. This is obviously in an industrial environment. Okay. Looking a lot better, but there's still stuff in there. There we go. I knew it. Stuff all in here. It is just dust though, so I can just put it on the floor and I'll vacuum it up later. Yeesh. Bit of dirt. And this. Oh nice, that isopropyl alcohol dissolve the foam. Now I have this double-sided tape. I think that'd be good on that. I'll just cut a square off whenever this is proven to be working. Looks better. The only thing to keep an eye on is if there are any sensors, like optical sensors, that need to be cleaned out. So, still a little bit more dust. I don't want to clean up the front too much because it's... kind of neat how industrial and grimy it is, but I definitely should clean this up. Okay, fine. That's hard. You know, actually it's not too bad. More dust bunnies. They're everywhere. Might not be too much harder to fully take it apart. It's been a long time since I opened one of these up, and I've never really quite restored one, so I am apprehensive. It does appear to be some sort of sensor. I assume it's something like a sector sensor because there's two holes. One that's open and one that has a metal piece in it. Something or another. Oh! There's an LED. Okay. Oh, and I'm using, let's see, 91% isopropyl alcohol. So I'd like to know what you guys think, if that's the proper thing to do or not. I'm going to clean out that little LED. Take all the dust out of that. Wasn't too dirty, so that's good. Oh. It's always on. That's not good. I think that might be just this little, just this little piece here. That sensor that I moved. Or not. Huh. I didn't think that these always moved. Come on. Oh, that other hole didn't do anything. Oh, it's a screw hole, I see. That makes sense. There's a sensor there I want to take a look at. I see. Alright, I'm noticing something's jamming up in here, so this will go to, oh God. I guess I should remove these just to make sure. Oh, oh my God. That was quite a struggle. You never know, sometimes just the wires just disconnect or something. pray tell is that? Another optical sensor. I see. This one is infrared. So I guess that means that this board needs to be aligned too, because it has a sensor on it. I didn't really realize that. Oh, it's not going. Yes! Yes! See if it seeks. Does it seek? Does. Good. So it was just those sensors weren't all lined up. And it could have been that this one wasn't lined up, or that one, who knows. Let's grab DOS 3.3. I think that's it. Darn. That's not good. There's an obvious issue here. Well, first of all, I don't recall my floppy having lines in it. That's not very good, but I have copies of this somewhere. Whenever I undo it, I have to lift this up, and then it comes back. I think I did just kill my floppy, because whenever I would lift up the head, the screeching would stop. So, yep. Well, ew. There was a bunch of dirt that got in onto the floppy. I kept having to clean it off along here, so something along here is getting really dirty. That's just fucking disgusting. Had a long one on that one. Well, finally it come back. Could be the position of this lever. I think that's it. It might be that position of the lever. Oh, oh my God. Ew. I'm just going to remove this foam because it's disintegrated. There's like industrial stuff on the heads, caked on there. I would venture to guess that's probably why I have issues with it. Oh, I was distracted and put it over there instead of over there. I also clean that lens, and you know what? I can clean the lens underneath, the LED underneath it. Because why not? Right, right. Okay, so something's working better now. It's actually ejecting. There we go. Disk boot failure. Yeah, it's actually cut a line into that. I don't know how it did that. I can feel it. So I guess I do need to get the other drive out. I was hoping I could get this working without having to dig this out, but whatever. By the way, look how beautiful this thing is. I got it brand new. Brand new for $5. Even has the original paper on the inside to keep it clean. Okay, so or at least it works with that. It was not good at all. At least it still reads. I figure since this is my original disc, maybe I should just find a donor. I don't know. I would hate to kill another perfectly good disc though. Disk boot failure. So it is an NEC FD 1155C dated 86/12. So I believe that would be, oh, could that be December 1986? That sounds plausible. I'll have to look it up, see if there's any information about it, ways to fix it. It could be simple, or it could be that it's quite roached. This computer is driving me insane. I've just everything. So it's because I have a missing link. I'm missing a link. I need a computer that can take files from a flash drive from the internet, or even connect to the internet itself, and then put it onto floppy disks. Because I took out the 720 kilobyte floppy disk, 3.5 inch, and I put in a floppy disk that is high density, 1.44 megabyte, because I don't have any 720 kilobyte floppy drives that I know of. But then I had a bit of a freak out trying to find more floppy disks, but we'll get to that later. And I found a bunch more floppy disks or floppy drives in my basement. So I can boot off of the good drive, 5.25, because I have DOS on that. But I want to be able to boot DOS with image disk on a single 3.5 inch from the 3.5 inch drive. Because I want to have the bad drive connected up in place of this drive so I can test it with image disk. But I need to get the files onto here, and this computer is just too old to boot from a high density floppy. It just doesn't detect it. It has issues detecting it. It could be the floppy controller, we can look into that later. But I've just been tearing apart my room and my basement looking for more floppies because I can't find more floppies. And because the other option is, okay, I'll use this as the intermediary PC. I put DOS and an image disk onto here, and I can just take another floppy and I can boot off this and have that as a secondary drive to test. And I'll have another floppy and I'll make it with image disk on it. That can work, but I can't find another floppy, 5.25. And I keep finding these boxes of them. I just have boxes and boxes of floppies that might have stuff on them, but I'm not about to format that. Now, when I put these into the computer, no, they're all crossed out. And when I put them into the computer, they come up as blank. Or actually, they don't really read, so it might be a different file system. So I'm definitely not going to start formatting these willy-nilly, because they all have stuff on them, it seems. So, first thing, I want you guys to tell me, I haven't even looked at, I'll look it up and I'll probably find one, but I want you guys to look too. I want a good program that I can see, like almost like a hex editor, and I can see the actual bits on the floppy to make sure they're all 0 before I start using it. I have, well, not only 2 boxes here, but I'll show you later. I have hundreds of floppies somewhere, and I'm tearing up my room and my basement. I found I have like 4 other of these computers I didn't even realize I had, because I just keep collecting them, and I've been kind of not in the mood for these computers for a while, and even now, fucking things are like anger boxes. Ah! Why won't you boot? But I'm getting through it. So I have other computers. I think I might want to stop this for now, take it off the workbench, and get my little compact server that I have, which has like 5 bays. And I'll make an intermediary PC which connect to the internet. It'll have a 3.5 inch, 5.25, also has a tape drive for some reason. And then that can be the computer that we can start archiving and saving the information from all these floppies, because I took all my floppies and I put them in a place that I would never forget, and then I forgot where I put them. And I'm tearing up my fucking house trying to figure out where they are. Then I found out they're underneath my bed. Or I probably should have checked first, because that actually is a smart place to put them. I think I have enough floppies now, you know. But there's more floppies, and I got just boxes and boxes of these verbatim discs. These are at the Electronics Recycling Center of my friend's electronics place. And he didn't want them. Oh, look at that. Even more floppies. But, I mean, just, I need to make an intermediary computer where not only can I clean these off, well, not clean them off, but preserve and archive the information, because you know what, I bet all this stuff I could fit on my Google Drive and people could just download it for free. But I need to say that, because what if I'm doing an experiment and I just make this big electromagnetic pulse and it wipes all my floppies? You know, that'd be a shame, because there's a lot of stuff here, I think. Those might be dead. But, not sure. Speed Star VGA. You know what? Okay, I'll get my floppies that I want. Oh. Trident? See, this is the kind of stuff I need to save. It's a Trident 8900D driver. But, let's see. And you know what? Because this is going to be the place that I'll always remember to find my floppy disk. So I can take the other floppy disks and hide it here. And then I'll probably forget them. We can do a video going through these floppies too. But yeah, these I just don't know, because these, they have labels and such. And I just kept getting them, but I didn't really have the time to go through them. So let's go through this real quick. See what this is. Speed Star. You know what? Oh, look at that. It's doing something. Okay, it's not doing much. So it probably requires like an actual hard drive to install or something. I don't really know. But before I do too much with this, oh, it's not recording, so it's not reading. I don't know, weird. Let me find a floppy disk. Oh, more MS-DOS 3.3 disks. Look at that. Oh, look at that. I made like 4 more copies of 3.3, so that's good. These were in my grandfather's shed, because he just had a shit ton of old computers. And those, I know for a fact, I opened them personally, so they never had anything on them. So they're the only ones that I really feel comfortable formatting, you know. What am I doing? I'm going to make an image disk floppy so we can finally test this. Okay, and then once we just tinker with this, then we can go to actually making the intermediary PC and making this whole process a lot easier of getting stuff onto this computer. And I can hopefully start clearing and saving some of those floppies. That'd be nice. I really need to do that. Oh. Oh, it's the clear screen. It's CLS, not clear. I'm glad I got, you know, I am glad to find out that I have like 5 backup copies I made of this DOS, because I was afraid that that was the only one I had. Oh, I just didn't have it on the right drive. Okay. These are anger boxes. Whoa. I guess that copy of DOS 5.0 has some issues. Wow. All right. So at least the Windows 2.1 disks still work. That's good. And I have Windows 2.0 and Windows 1.0 and Windows 3.0 too. Oh, I needed to tell it to use 8 sectors, I believe. We'll see if this even works. It might not come out right. I just guessed that that would be right. Oh, the high capacity means the 1.2 megabyte. I totally forgot it. I totally forgot there was 1.2 megabyte 5¼ inches. And I didn't expect that this DOS would handle that, but I guess it does. So it would be format A8. Oops. Oh, I did what one? Why did I do that? Well guys, I'm about to lose my mind, so I found this Zeos utility programs. Let's see what this is about. Disk format. Oh. Oh, and it even beeped whenever I was doing that. What is this? This is odd. Okay, I'm just going to turn this off because I don't want to do anything that'll fuck up these discs. Oh, and before I forget, I have a bunch of these PC MCIA cards, but some of them are kind of busted, so maybe we can see if these will work with the Windows 95 machine, but that is kind of where we're at. This computer does not want to boot off of high-density 1.44 megabyte drives. And I don't have any other 720 that I know of, but I have a few 3.5-inch drives in old computers that might be that, so we can maybe take a look at those to see. And for some reason I can't figure out how to format disks on this with this drive. And the main star of the show still sometimes scratches discs. I don't know what's up. I was just tinkering around. I thought I already filmed the ending of the video, but it works. Drive view works. Boot disk failure. Now why is that? It runs. Oh. So it does kind of work. But it read it. It read it. It read it. Before we do anything, let's document this. We have DCG 1 and 2. Then we have MX 321021. And then we have these, which is LEUS, LED, 12312, 12345. Then we have this, which is so that's the documentation of the jumpers. Right, and then this one is HDE 1 and 2. Isn't that strange? It'll read once it's booted, but it won't boot off of it. It's the same for the other drive, the 3.5 inch. What is going on? Where it won't boot off of those. Could it be that the drive controller is bad? But it boots off of the other floppy on the same controller. I'm stumped. So that really makes things curious. It reads, but it doesn't boot. What does it mean? But that being said, a new revelation. I'll need time to think on this. And I'll also need just some way to copy files, because none of the commands for copying files work. I don't understand it. I don't. The book says how to do it, and then it doesn't work. I just cannot seem to continue using the computer that I'm trying to repair to make the discs to repair it. So I'll need to get my intermediary PC going, my missing link. Maybe we can take a look at a small Windows 3.1 machine that I found in the basement, but I never looked at. Might be Windows 95. I think it's a 486. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, I'm glad I stuck out with this a little bit longer, because getting that drive to read something, it means a lot. It means that there's something going on. It's the same with the other drives. I cannot write files, but I can read them. Is that it? Could there be some jumper on the disk controller that makes it where you cannot write any files? It's an industrial computer. Presumably the files would be worth a lot, and you don't want people accidentally formatting a drive whenever they're trying to get the sewer pump working, or the big CNC lathe, or whatever this thing ran. Car tire balancer, who knows? So maybe there was some way a jumper inside of there locks it to being read-only, because I cannot write files. I cannot move files for some reason. It's driving me insane. And it might be some issue with me, how I'm typing it up, but I'm going off what the book says. I need a break from this. It's driving me nuts. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll probably do a lot more of these pretty soon. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.